All right, President Barack Obama's trade agenda is facing its biggest hurdle yet in the deeply divided House of Representatives. At issue is legislation that would give Obama broader powers to negotiate trade deals with other countries. Congressional lawmakers would have the right to approve or reject the deals, but not change them. The president is seeking this so-called fast-track authority to complete a 12-nation trans-Pacific trade deal. It would span the Pacific Rim from Chile in South America to Vietnam in Southeast Asia. He and trade backers say it will open huge markets to U.S. goods. But critics, labor unions, environmental groups, and even the president's own party are against the trade agreement. They say it'll cost jobs and not live up to environmental standards. This Wednesday, ABC-7 is bringing you unprecedented coverage from our nation's capital. Our very own Estela Casas will be sitting down with President Barack Obama for a one-on-one interview. Estela was chosen from a select group of anchors from across the country. She is the only borderland TV journalist to sit down with the president. Estela and President Obama will discuss the importance of trade and exports to the American economy and how free trade agreements affect the borderland. And joining us is our very own Estela Casas. Hi, Estela.
Hi, Maria. It has been quite a weekend.
Definitely. I mean, you found out Friday that you would be interviewing the president this week.
Yes, I got a call at 4:45 as I was getting ready for the 5 o'clock newscast. And, you know, when you get that call and they say, oh, this is the White House press corps, we'd like to, you know, invite you over to the White House, you're going, okay, and you know, you just listen there. Who's pulling this prank?
Yeah.
And so we talked for a little bit, and silence on my end. And he said, "We'll send you an email." And so I came into the newscast, and during the newscast is when I got the email with all the details of the agenda coming up for Wednesday, and it clicked, you know. I came to the realization that it was for real. Right. And so I've been invited for a one-on-one interview on Wednesday with President Obama to talk about the trade agreement. Basically, I imagine that they're tapping the resources here in the borderland, and they asked me to go over there because we are in the thick of things with knowledge of NAFTA in 1994,
right,
when NAFTA was approved. We understand what a free trade agreement is all about here in the borderland. So this TPP, it will basically expand this NAFTA agreement to places like Vietnam and Malaysia, Singapore, Australia and New Zealand, among other countries. And you know, some of these countries have slavery and have not a really good track record on human trafficking. So there's a lot of controversy there. And it will be, I have 5 minutes to talk to the president, and I want to ask him, you know, how something like this will affect our border. We already know what happened with NAFTA. What can something like this do if it's expanded to other countries?
Absolutely. So you'll have 5 minutes with him. You know, I've been watching you throughout the day. You were in the newsroom doing so much research. I mean, this is a massive trade deal. This would be the largest free trade agreement in the world if passed. And it's very divided opinions right now in Congress. I mean, the president's own party criticizing him on this.
Our Congressman Beto O'Rourke is against this, the fast track, because but we were Darren Hunt was able to talk to a UTEP professor today, Professor Fullerton, and he says, you know, you can't do it any other way. You got to fast track it, because if you put it out there, people would probably disagree with what you want to do. NAFTA covers 10% of the global economy. This trade agreement, the Trans-Pacific Partnership, would cover 80% of the world economy. So a lot of people are saying, you know, this is not good. This is not good because it's going to take away jobs. And some say it'll bring higher paying jobs and higher tech jobs. But we've seen it here in the borderland that a lot of those jobs that were gone were probably going to be gone, but they are gone, and it's hard to recover from something like that. I was talking to one of our photographers, and he was saying, you know, my mother was affected by this. When NAFTA came in, she lost her job as a garment worker, and she could never recover. She was offered computer classes. She couldn't pick these skills up in her mid-40s. She couldn't pick up English. She couldn't pick up a lot of those skills that they want you to have and that they allotted money for. But you simply can't do it. So we have firsthand knowledge of what a trade agreement and how it works.
Right.
So we'll see what happens.
Like you said, I mean, we have families telling us
Exactly,
this affected
people.
us. Right, real people. I mean, we're here on the border talking to the real people who this affected. And you know, you as a longtime El Paso journalist, you know firsthand, you've heard those stories. So what a resource to have somebody who knows NAFTA firsthand get this one-on-one time with the president on such an important topic. Really unprecedented coverage for the borderland and for ABC-7.
You know, exactly. You know, I'm just a representative going up there to ask a question, and that hopefully the president will answer and not beat around the bush. But this is very important for El Paso. I mean, it's a great deal, you know, certainly for me and certainly for the station, but overall it's for El Paso. It's for the benefit of El Paso to have the president talk about how something of this magnitude could affect El Paso and El Pasoans and our jobs, our livelihood.
Okay, and we know you won't let us down, Estela. We know you'll
Well,
ask
thank you, Maria.
questions.
Thank you.
So
Well,
much.
it's going to be tough, but you know, it's a team effort. And we have the whole newsroom backing all of this project up. And so this is unprecedented for our newsroom as well. And this is a team effort. And maybe just the face for a little bit, but this is our newsroom. Everybody getting together for this unprecedented coverage. And we begin our coverage probably tomorrow night. We get in the afternoon. Jerry Nájera, who's also a reporter, he also plans to do some stories, and he and I will be there for a few days and bringing you the best possible coverage on this tough, controversial issue.
We look forward to it. Thank you so
Thanks,
much,
Nadia.
Estela. Thank you. We'll be right back.